populating your Ark. Please wait. Thank you, sir, for populating my Ark. I appreciate that. Alright, let's give ourselves a body. My presets aren't in here, so hopefully those don't get reset. I like those. I'm gonna go with my funky, odd shaped guy that I make. Nope, I'm short, but thick. Big hands, short arms, big upper arms, big lower arms. Tiny head, tiny as we can get it. Make him look real funky. I don't care about hair color, whatever. Or eye color. I can't even see the eye color myself. Everything else. Yep. Oh yeah, there we go. Tiny head. What's up, Mad Bradall? Mad Bradall. You can call me Mad Bradall. It doesn't really matter. There we go. There's my funky Mad Bradall. my gut sticking out past my underwear. All right. Where do you want to spawn? So for newcomers to Ark, one of the safer places to spawn is in the south. You spawn in these little areas right in here, normally with south. Um, they're normally a little bit safer. The further you get north, typically the more dangerous it gets. This area here, if you go, it doesn't actually let you see on the map, but the north zones are this basically from here to here. I don't know which, 1, 2, or 3 it is, but these areas, while you know you can survive there, just fine, they are they tend to be a little more dangerous. Have a couple more creatures here and there. Once if you're hanging out on the beaches and stuff like that, especially around the mountains always tend to have more creatures, more carnivores and such, and that's what causes the issues with a lot of new players. You end up near these mountains, and as you see, the north is populated with 5 mountains there. Um, South, like I said, a little bit safer. West, if you get up closer to the snowy biome, right here, you end up running into some issues coming off this mountain and such. So you want to try and stay south of that. And in the east, you've got the swampy areas, and those can be quite dangerous as well. So if you're a newcomer and you're using this video as a guide to kind of determine how you want to play, hopefully I don't spoil too much for you, but that's kind of why I made the video. So I don't want people to join in and basically hate the game, because it's really tough sometimes, especially depending on where you spawn. So to start out, we're going to spawn in just one of these zones here, zone 1, 2, or 3, um, and see what we find. Um, we'll come up on a little beach, and you'll get to see Ark for the first time um, as a survivor. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, bright sun, bright sun. And obviously, with my graphics turned down and everything, the video quality is going to be much, much lower. You'll get much more enjoyment out of it if your computer is able to run the higher quality graphics, but it's not required. It's just as fun playing it on low graphics, and in some cases, it's better. Some people kind of call it, a cheat a little bit. You can see more things because there's no ground clutter. As you can see up in the woods there, there's no tall grass or anything. There's just the bushes. So from here, I would be able to see something if it were walking around up there much easier than if I were on the higher graphics. Okay, so here I am. We're at the edge of the water. Got my big bodied tiny head character here. Got us a few turtles roaming around. What do we got here? Maybe some dodos and dilos down that direction. I really like this area because of the kind of the oasis kind of feel to it. It's got more of a tropical, kind of well, oasis, like I said, um, kind of feel. So it makes it a little bit better kind of a feel around you instead of the freezing snow. Got a little Stonehenge looking area over here. I'm not sure if they call it a certain thing, um, but what we can do, there's one thing that a lot of people aren't aware of. There is a key that'll tell you where you're at on the map. We're going to try it here and see if it works in single player. If you hold down H, you'll notice in the top left corner you have day 1, the Southern Islets. Islets? Maybe I'm pronouncing that properly, I hope. 16 degrees Celsius. So we're currently in the Southern Islets. Nope, got a parasaur running from something. If you see dinos running away, you may want to look where they came from and see if you can figure out what they're running away from. Parasaurs do run quite a ways, and a lot of animals will give up chasing them um, before they get anywhere near. As you see, he's still running, just way down there. Okay, so let's take a look at our inventory. We're going to press I to open our inventory. There we go. We got us a hunter hat skin, got some dino glasses skin, Parasaur Ark Founder Saddle skin. You'll get the Ark Founder Saddle skin as long as you pre-purchase or while it's in early access. This is our specimen implant. Um, no one really knows maybe what the origin of the game was or if something has changed. According to this, it makes it seem like we are a specimen, um, of the Homo sapiens species, and maybe we're being monitored like rats in a cage kind of thing. But I don't know of any other story behind that other than that. Um, the founder saddle skin, it's been known to be a little glitchy, but if you tame a parasaur, you can skin the saddle with this, and he'll have a nice little, um, some drapery kind of draping down from the saddle. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to see that here shortly. The hunter hat skin, that's just whenever you have a uh, helmet equipped, cloth, leather, whatever, you can skin it with this and you'll have your little hunter hat, like a little Crocodile Dundee kind of hat. And then the dino glasses skin skins a saddle on a dino, and it makes them appear to be wearing glasses. So kind of a neat little thing, makes the dinos look kind of cool sometimes. All right, well, let's get started. If you ever need anything to drink, walk into the water and you press E, and you will take a drink if you're thirsty. E is basically the action key. So let's get started. As with other games that we know that are building games and survival style games, you go punch a tree. And whenever you punch a tree, you'll see the top, get some materials, punch it till it falls. There we go. Now I do have the gathering rates up higher than normal. Um, that's just to improve the experience of the viewer, and of course my experience, playing. Um, Single player, you can do that. If you're playing on someone else's server, then you're basically limited to what they're going to do, what they have set. And of course, if you're playing on official, then there's not going to be any increased gathering rates, except for in survival of the fittest. So, all right, so we got us some thatch and some wood. Now, if you walk up to a plant and press E, you will gather berries and fiber. Fiber is a very vital um, crafting material. And let's not forget our little friend Dodo here. You'll notice that a lot of the animals have different colors. That kind of helps break up the monotony, since they all technically have um, the same character skin. They just change the color basically. There's just the Dodo, level 14. We could try and tame him, I guess, if you guys wanted to. Let's do that. Let's tame the Dodo, wild male Dodo, level 14. Now, as we get further along, there are better ways. Oh, he pooped. Okay, yeah, now we're definitely gonna knock him out. There'd be better ways to tame animals and such, but we're gonna do it the crude way, and we're gonna try and knock him out with our fists. So, although I haven't tested it myself, I have heard that headshots do cause more what is torpor. If we'll look at my inventory here, you'll see torpor down here. Torpor is basically your conscious level. If your torpor goes up too high, you will pass out, and until your torpor goes back down to 0, you will remain passed out. Okay, and we also have a level. Let's go ahead and we'll pop a level into. Um, let's go weight. I'm always a weight person. I like being able to carry a lot of things. Okay, so we have 8 points to spend, 8 Ingram points also. This is basically your skills. You do not have enough points to learn all of them unless you're on a modded server of some sort. So you'll want to kind of use them sparingly. If you don't think you're going to use something, then don't learn it. But we're going to use a campfire, so let's learn the campfire, and we'll learn a spear, just in case we come across anything more dangerous. Okay, and so in order to get to your craftable items, as you see here, whenever you open your inventory, there is a inventory item section and a craftable section. If you scroll over the items, you will see what you need to craft each of these. So we gathered thatch and wood earlier, and so if we go grab one stone off the ground, you will find that we can make a pickaxe. The pickaxe will get flint, a lot of flint, a little bit of rock from stones, a lot of thatch and a little bit of wood from trees, and a lot of meat and a little bit of hide from bodies. The axe, whenever we get to that, is the exact opposite. It will attempt to gather more of the other. Okay, so campfire, thatch, flint, stone, wood. We'll get into gathering those. Wood, flint. You'll notice a lot of things early on use wood, flint, stone, thatch, all the basics. You start with the stone pick and the torch, just in case you're wondering. Those are the only two that you actually start with. Okay, let's